cold, it's wet. This climb's going on forever. We're slipping further and further behind in terms of pacing. That Edale checkpoint that looked quite comfortable for timing is now looking a bit tight. Good evening.
Good evening.
It is Maverick Eve, Sonic.
Yeah.
We have suddenly got very, very nervous indeed. So just a quick outline on this. We'll talk about it much more later in the video once we actually start this race. But this is the one that we've been pretty focused on for the last 6 months or so, isn't it really? 101k. It goes out of Bakewell Showground, so it's Peak District. Big old loop, takes in places like Mamtor, Edale, Bamford, loads of different places. Beautiful part of the country.
62, 63 miles of ups and downs.
It is, yeah. Elevation wise, I think it's 2,800 meters to put it into new money. So that's what we got to do. The biggest challenge, and this is what we're going to be talking about a lot tomorrow once we get into this video properly, is time. Time is against us on this one, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is like, I feel like we've suddenly like invaded the sort of the serious big boy club. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it comes to ultras,
the real challenge for us. Yeah.
Absolutely. So 18-hour cut off in theory to finish this race in, which it's a big ask, that absolutely huge ask for us. Like, to put it in context from my perspective, when I did the lap in 2023, which went pretty well, that was a 75k race and it took me 15.5 hours. So that's a big old chunk to find.
But we ran the Three Peaks, Yorkshire Three Peaks Ultra 70k in just over 14 hours.
We did.
And that had a lot of elevation.
It did. The clue's in the name of that, isn't it? The three old peaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yorkshire Three Peaks. We ran well that day. 70k. So obviously this is substantially bigger than that. But you're right. That is a positive. So yeah, we're on a campsite for the night. The weather tomorrow looks awful.
Yeah. It's gonna rain on us most day.
But for me, I'd probably take that over like 23, 24 degrees of heat. So that's sort of it really. So yeah, we've got into that slightly nervy mindset, but it's exciting. It's an epic event.
Yeah, we've put our hearts, our souls, our minds, our legs, everything for 6 months to prepare for this. And it's not that we're going to be comfortable doing this, because this is like kind of our limit at the moment, so we're reaching this point.
Yeah,
we are going to be uncomfortable tomorrow.
Yeah,
but we can do it. We might not do it, but we've put everything into this.
Yeah,
and tomorrow's the day, and we are gonna go for it, whatever happens.
You can tell, can't you, by the tone of this like pre-video chat, it's a bit more serious than normal, because this is a scary one. We're going to head to the start line, we're going to see what happens, and we're going to give it our all, and that's all you can do. So we'll check in with you in the morning.
Yeah, see you in the morning.
See you in the morning.
Maverick Peaks Merlin 101.
Well, we're off. Mav 101. And this is the inaugural Maverick Peaks Ultra, apparently. This is the first time they ran this distance. So, guinea pigs. All right, we're about 4.5k in, and essentially the way today's going to be is we're chasing cut-offs. We're chasing the feed stations because the cut-offs on this are harsh. The whole race, in theory, should be completed in 18 hours, which is a big old ask. But we're not thinking about that now. We're thinking about OP1, first checkpoint, and this is an 8k section, and yeah, the average pace for this section needs to be 8:45 k's, which is fairly pacey for the start of an ultra that's got a little bit of undulation in it, shall we say. We're doing 8:35 average so far, and we're getting into the downhill section now, so that should be okay. We just need to not get too carried away with it and burn too much too early. I do feel like we've started a bit quicker than I would necessarily like, but that's okay, let's see. So yeah, got about 3.5k to go until the first feed station. We'll have a little look at where we stand from that, but the idea is to just grab some stuff and blast through it. That's sort of the theme of the day as much as possible. Can't do our usual, can't sit around in feed stations eating Twiglets for 20 minutes chatting about the football. That can't happen today. We've got to crack on. Coming to the first checkpoint, we made it. We made it. Forgive me, stuff in my face as I chat to you, but yeah, first checkpoint done. We were 10 minutes under time, so not a huge amount, but we are sort of thinking that that's one of the harsher cut-offs on this. I hope so, because I wasn't hanging around on that section by my standards at the start of an ultra. So heading on to the next checkpoint, 11k to do it, and it's a 10k average on that one, so a little bit more generous, but there is a chunky climb on this one. I'm reliably informed by my colleagues, so need to get jogging. Check in soon. Little update for you, 14k in, heading down I think now, sort of anyway. It's all pretty meandering at this point to the next checkpoint stroke cut off. 19k, so we've got 5 to go and we've got an hour to do that, so not too bad. Hopefully we'll be in under time on that one. So yeah, so far so good. Checkpoint 2 done. That was 9:30 cut off, and we got in there just before 9:10 I think, so that's about 20 minutes in before we needed to be there, which is good. I sort of feel like if we can have a little bit of margin on these early ones, that'd be good. So we are sort of 19k in, so what, 82, 83 ish to go. It's not far. I think we're alright. Sonic's doing well, aren't you?
Yeah, well, it's too early to say.
Too early to say,
so
yeah.
So far, so good, yeah.
I think we're both pretty solid so far, but yeah, we're what, not even a fifth into this effort, but that's all right. As always with these things, it is beautiful, lovely place to be having a little jog. All right, let's crack on to the next checkpoint. Just to add, next aid section, 8k section, need to hit 10:55 average k's on that one, but it is a climb. It is a climb. into the next checkpoint, which is Upper Burbage Bridge. It's about 27k into the race, 10:55 cut off. We're getting in 10:25, give or take, so about half an hour before, which is nice. Yeah, we're maintaining pretty steady pace. Pretty happy with it so far. Long way to go. Checkpoint 3 done. Half an hour under, which is very nice. So cracking on to the next one, which is Derwent, but it's quite a chunky section. This, yeah, 17k. Got to get through unaided. So that's sort of the target for the next one. Again, a lot of climbs in this section. So that's it. So far so good. I feel like this one will be a test because we're getting into the chunkier part of the race now. First trig of the day. First delicious trig of the day. Right, quick selfie. We gotta keep moving. Gotta keep moving. Little sit rep. So we're very much on our own on the ultra route now. We did have a few people on the long route coming through, but they've hooked a sharp left. They're heading on home, and we're going to carry on over towards ultimately Lady Bower, Kinder Scout, Mantor, etc. Update on the cut-offs is we're heading towards Derwent, and that's a 2 p.m. cut-off, and it is 35 past 11. And yeah, I think we're like 10k or so from that. So actually, feels like we've got a good chunk of time on this particular section, which is great. The data's all a bit skew with now because my watch had a little hissy fit, had to be stopped, restarted. So now it thinks I've only run 4k. Definitely run more than 4k. Yeah, we're about 32, 33k in. We're doing all right. We're motoring along. We are jogging along quite well for the most part. So let's get on down to Derwent, see what margin we've got when we hit that 2 p.m. cut off.
Oh God, damn, you made me feel sweet. And if I'm losing my mind, would you lose yours with me? You make me wanna melt like butter in the pan. It's hard to keep my cool, knowing I'm your man, so let's spend some time.
We made it. Just coming into Derwent, the next checkpoint for us. And cut off on this one, 2 p.m. And it is 25 past 1, so about 35 minutes under. So yeah, not bad, not bad. We found the second part of this section really tough, if I'm honest, because it's a really long section between checkpoints, and up until now it's been sort of 11-12k, which has been quite nice. This one's been nearly 20, and it just makes a difference, not just from a sort of nutrition point of view, but also just psychologically. It just felt like a long way. Sonic's not feeling great at the moment, so we're going to see if we can bring him back to life at the outpost. Okay, let's go and see what they've got.
Right by my side like a monkey on my back. It's been a ride,
this one felt like a long time coming, I can tell you. It really was, thank you guys. Right, we are just out of the Derwent checkpoint. Absolutely lovely bunch, weren't they?
Yeah, very nice.
Delightful
very nice.
group, really looked after us.
Supportive people, yeah.
Yeah.
I was feeling a bit down, a bit low, so they offered me a chair to sit down, and they were really nice.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I feel much better now.
Cracking bunch. Had some food, filled up the bottles. It's 13k for the next section, so yeah, not too bad. And
We also have 2 climbs, and one of them is the biggest one of the whole race.
biggest climb now.
One big, and then the big one.
Shit. All right. Well, look.
But everything that goes up has to go down.
It must come down.
We'll go down to Edale after.
All good. Look, we've had a little boost, haven't we? So I'm not in a bad mindset right now. So let's go and get Kinder conquered,
Yeah.
and then we'll get ourselves down to Edale, and maybe we'll have a little costume change, perhaps.
Yeah. New socks.
New
Brand
socks.
new socks.
Literally brand new. Nothing new on race day. What's he doing? Amateur. Unbelievable. Bring great news. We are just officially hit halfway in this endeavour. It's not bad, is it, Sonic?
Not bad.
Not bad.
We're in the middle of the climb.
We are. It's been quite the ascent, this section in general, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's been a tough one.
Quite technical.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fair bit of climbing. Average pace overall has slipped quite dramatically. I think this section has hurt that, but actually our ETA is still putting us in at about 11 o'clock, cut off being 12:30. Now I don't realistically think that's going to stay anything like that, but it's still a bit of room to manoeuvre. Yeah, we sort of consistently had about 2.5 hours on it as our safety margin, and yeah, we've lost an hour of that, but I'm hoping that we can claw a bit of that back as well. We did have quite a big stop at the last one by standards, but we'll see. Got to make these investments for energy later on, and it seems to be working. I think we're moving quite well, aren't we?
We are. I needed that break.
Defo.
I was quite flat at the time we reached the last checkpoint, and if it wasn't for that extra time, those 7-8 minutes extra, sitting down and eating well and so on, I think I would have struggled.
Yeah.
To do this section.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes you have to.
You've got to. That's the investment you make, isn't it? And I think we are seeing the benefit of it, because I don't think we'd normally be zipping up these hills as rapidly as we are. We're hiking, we're on the pulse, but we're going at a decent pace. So there you go, halfway. This chunk's really tough. Yeah, the weather's shifted dramatically. It's cold, it's wet. This climb's going on forever. The terrain is not easy, and we're slipping further and further behind in terms of pacing. That Edale checkpoint that looked quite comfortable for timing is now looking a bit tight. So yeah, look, get this bit conquered. Hopefully we can make up a big chunk of time on the way back down. But yeah, it's beautiful, but it's going on forever. Come and have a look at this. Made it! Made it just 10 minutes to spare.
What's happening?
Okay, this has to be brief, but it's big news. Sonic's gonna have to leave us. He's not feeling great at all, so but I need to crack on. So that's why this is a brief message. Ernie, love you.
Yeah, good luck, Lee.
Thank you, mate. Catch you later, okay?
Yeah.
That was frantic. That should have been the restful one where we got to sort of hang out and get changed and do all those things and sort of bring ourselves back to life, and it was yeah, far from restful. So let's have a little look at the situation. We're in Edale and time is 4:45. Got to try and make it to Bamford Village Institute by 20 to 8, and it's an 18k section. So 20 to 8, do 5, can't do maths anymore. It's just shy of 3 hours, isn't it? 3 hours, 18k. It's a big ask, isn't it, with this sort of elevation and the rest of it. But listen, I'm not injured. I haven't been disqualified. I said I'd carry on until it just wasn't feasible anymore. At the moment it's in theory feasible. I don't know whether it's actually feasible, but I'm going to give it a go. Right, I don't know how much filming there's going to be. I've just got to go for it. I am so lonely, so lonely. It'll be lonely this Christmas without you to hold. This Christmas. Might be losing it slightly. Right, heading up to Mamtor, chasing that next cut off, which I've done some sums on, and no, it's not happening at all. So I'm just going to see how close I can get to it, and then that's that, I guess. Which sort of feel alright about, if I'm honest. We'll have a little proper debrief later. For now, need to just crack on and conquer Mamtor. Still enjoying myself. Still really enjoying myself, actually. I'm missing my buddy, missing my brother. But yeah, let's get Mamtor done. Let's get to checkpoint 6, I think it is, and see how far behind we were, and then we see what happens next. Update is, got a Ginster's pasty, so that's good, isn't it? Always a bit of good news. Always a bit of good news. Think I am 4k-ish from the cut-off, and we've got about 28 minutes to do it. It's gonna be close. I'm gonna be just after, I think maybe I'll come in 10-15 minutes after, which, to be honest, I'll be pretty happy and pretty proud of. But yeah, not quite there for today. I'll do a proper sort of chin wagon debrief, I think, later. I feel like it's going to be one of those videos where I sort of dissect it a little bit later and tag it on the end. We'll see. But yeah, generally speaking, the sort of headline is, I think if a couple of things had gone ever so slightly better this morning, and we'd been about 25 minutes ahead of where we are now, I might have done this. I got closer to it than I was expecting, if I'm honest. So yeah, pretty proud of how it's gone. Pretty proud. All right, let's finish this Ginsters and run it in, see how close we get, eh? Look at that. Come on. Thank you, guys. Couple of weeks after Mav, and I think I'm just about ready to talk about it. So this was the big one for us. This was the big 100k attempt, and yeah, we're taking it quite seriously. Like, the training was there, we were doing plenty of work in the gym, even recce'd some of the route. I know, unusual for me, don't normally go into such things with such preparation, and I'd even wrote out all the splits, knew exactly what I needed to do from checkpoint to checkpoint, knew the distances, knew the pace, and it went well. It was a good race, it was a good day, and I felt like I was on good form. As always with these things, it ebbed and flowed between me and Sonic as to who was feeling great and who was feeling not so great at different times, but that's what you're there for. That's your running buddy, isn't it? Drag each other along, lift each other up when it's needed. And on the day when I missed the cut-off and I called it, I felt pretty good about it. In that moment, that felt like entirely the right thing to do. So coming into that Bamford checkpoint, 3-4k to go, I knew I was way off. And to be honest, sort of grieved the race by that point, if that makes sense. I sort of knew that it was gone. And yeah, I felt in quite a good place about it. I was happy with how I'd performed on the day. I was happy with how training had gone, and I knew that it was a massive ask to hit that distance and hit those cut-offs in the time. So I walked away from that checkpoint happy. Went back to the campsite, got showered, got changed, found a nice curry house, and me and Sonic had a lovely time. But don't know, there was a niggling doubt at the back of my mind, and to be honest, that's grown and I've got a different view on it right now. Just to give you the full backstory, as I came up that hill towards the checkpoint and into the arms of my beloved Sonic, as we walked just a bit further up the hill to the actual checkpoint, he told me that he'd had a chat with the organisers, and despite the fact that I was well after cut off, they were happy for me to carry on because he's a pal and he knew how much that distance meant to me. So he was delivering that really nice surprise. The reaction he got from me at that point, probably not what I was expecting. Not in a bad way. I was done mentally. Mentally, I'd finished. So when he told me that news, I was like, I don't want to do it. I mean, that's great, but I don't want to do it. And bless him, I think he was a bit crestfallen. Essentially, I had 25k to go and about 4 hours to hit the final cut-off, but in reality that wouldn't have been possible. I think I would have, maybe got into the next checkpoint with 45 minutes after, and then who knows, an hour optimistically after the final cut-off. So I would have been well outside of the race and a technical disqualification, but I wasn't necessarily that bothered about that, but felt happy in what I'd done. It felt like the right thing, the right call at the time. Then it just started to niggle at me, and a couple of weeks later I think I made the wrong call. I think I should have got into that checkpoint with the right attitude, sat down 10 minutes, refilled, ate some food. We all know what that can do when it comes to bringing you back to life, even when you're really broken. And let's not mistake it, I was really broken coming into that checkpoint. I was running, stroke jogging, stroke shuffling for a few hundred meters, and then walking, and then just doing that all the way in. So it was slow, tough going. It was a trudge, but who knows what might have been. So yeah, if I could go back in time, I think I would have had a go at it, even if I dropped out at the next checkpoint. So there you go, that's my thought process. Mav 101 was a fail. Overall, it was a fail. But, always that but, so many positives to take from it. The prep, the training, everything we were doing, we were in a good place. Listen, we were well out of our depth on that one. It's one of those events where you turn up to the start line and typically we're sort of mid-pack on these kind of events. Turned up to that start line and it was very clear from everyone signing in that we were going to be towards the back, and that's exactly how it panned out. We were literally the last two runners for the entirety of that event. So it was a big step up. Harsh cut off, juicy, chunky elevation, and yeah, it's probably just a little bit out of reach for now, but it's given me a fire in my belly. Also, one of my big takeaways was I can enjoy that distance. Even at 75k when I was totally broken, I didn't hate it. I wasn't hating it. I still had enthusiasm for the event. I still had a smile on my face, and that's huge. That's really, really huge. So it's just made me more determined. I wasn't going to go for Maverick again next year in 2026. I had something else planned. I've got to go back. I've got to go back to Mav. I've got to get it done. I feel like I can. I feel like I'm capable, and I feel like I need it and I want it. So that's what we're going to do. But in the meantime, I found a sneaky little 100k race for October. Slightly gentler elevation and much easier cut-offs. So that's what we're going for. That's the next big event after the lap in September. We are going to be heading off back to the Peak District for another crack at 100k. So if you're not subscribed, and if you've made it this far into this video, you probably should be. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. If you can, hit the like too. Makes a big difference to the channel. Okay, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for indulging me. We'll see you on the next one.